That's well placed by Dyer. It's just about the one spot out in that onside where you could pick up 2 runs. So there's a man at long on, one at deep mid-wicket, one at deep backward square.
I always think, Richie, that once the fielding side are down to 4 on the square, then the batsmen have won a little battle, because that opens up the pushed 1s and 2s so much.
Yes, I think Yorkshire have tried to keep 5 out there in that circle for as long as possible. Now they've only got 1 man on the onside, saving the single. And as Jack Bannister rightly points out, they can be picked off there with only that 1 man out there between the umpire and the bowler. And those little white markers out there are part of what is virtually a circle. It's adds up to 2 semicircles, 1 at each end with a straight line on either side joining them. As the bowler bowls, the wicket-keeper plus 4 fielders must be within the marked area. A great rule for limited overs cricket. We've seen on a number of occasions where captains have been forced to keep those men in. It's nicely placed again by Dyer. Bit of a challenge for young Dyer here, Jack, because the pressure is on him out there to keep the runs going along with Kallicharran.
That's right, we're moving within touching distance of halfway, and there's some very good strikers to come lower down the order, and while he doesn't want to throw it away, nevertheless he's got to start pressing the accelerator a little bit now.
That's a neat shot. He's been looking for that with the man placed very, very wide at long leg, and has picked up 2 runs. Nice. Well, he aimed for it. The umpire has said that it flicked only the pad, didn't touch the edge of the bat at all. Kallicharran has faced 44 balls now for his 37 runs. Dyer has faced 81 for his 37. That's 91 for 1. 23.4 overs gone. A word from Jack Bannister, and then Jim Laker will pick up commentary.
Well, Warwickshire have consolidated in the last hour, and they've moved on fairly nicely. The overall rate is knocking on towards 4 and over. And with these circles, which have made such a difference, particularly towards the end of an innings, when the bowler and captain has got to have 4 fielders there, boundaries tend to come thick and fast. It's 91 for 1.
He's middled that one all right. And for once in a while, that ball will be pulled up just inside the boundary rope. Another 8 off that over, and Warwickshire going pretty well here now. 93 on the board for the loss of David Smith. With Dyer going on to 39, Kallicharran 38. Carrick ready now to bowl his 4th over. And typical Kallicharran sweep shot, racing down that boundary again for 4 runs. And slightly downhill towards this football stand end. Hopeless job chasing the ball down there.
Yes, it's a good sweep, is this. And possibly because of the slope of the ground and everything, you may need your square leg a bit finer.
Kallicharran looking very menacing at the moment. Seems these days you've really got to get him early. He's on 43 now.
And certainly Dyer's trying to play Carrick very much on the leg side, and they're trying to counteract this by bringing a man across. But you feel if Phil Carrick could spin one and get it to really just hold up a little bit, then he'd have a chance of a caught and ball or something like that.
So that's 25 of the 55 overs completed. Warwickshire put into bat by David Bairstow this morning. I just wonder whether he might be having a few thoughts about that decision now. As Warwickshire on 98 for 1. So many ways of looking at this sort of decision. I think if the weather stays fine and the outfield as fast as it is, it's never easy to defend on this Headingley ground. On the other hand, if we do get some rain, it's interrupted and the light becomes variable, and batting second might be a different proposition. A little bit of cloud floating around the Headingley ground at the moment, not quite as bright and sunny as it was earlier. So Graham Stevenson gets a breather after bowling 6 overs for 25. A little bit unlucky with Dyer, beat him outside the off stump, a particularly good over. And that's the more experienced Steve Oldham coming on now. That's a good stop, lovely piece of fielding there by Sharp. That single brings up 100 for Warwickshire. And it's come on the board at just a shade under 4 runs and over. 158 balls received. Dyer will have to hurry. A tremendous dive there by Bairstow. Saw the real bit of enthusiasm there from the Yorkshire captain. It's a bit warm, Mr. Oldham, and pretty hot, sticky and humid out there. 102 for 1 after 26 hours with David Smith, the only victim so far. Caught by Bairstow off side bottom, giving side bottom 1 for 16. This is Phil Carrick to resume from the coastal line end. Slow left arm. Sweet piece of footwork again by Kallicharran. Little race down to that long leg boundary, and again no chance of anybody stopping it. Takes Robin Dyer level now with Kallicharran, both on 46. So that's a pretty good scoring rate for the first 27 overs. 108 for 1.
Yes, it's a good start by Warwickshire, and Yorkshire won't be wanting them to get much above 5 and over. That's about the top wicket you want to be chasing, so they've got to do a bit of hard work here of Yorkshire.
Oldham to do it at the moment. Kallicharran very lethal off the legs, misses very few balls pitched in that area. Lent into that quite nicely for another single. So the applause is for the 100 partnership, comes off a leg by. These two coming together when Smith was out for 11, and it's now 111 for 1.
And one thing about Kallicharran when he's out there, although he's a good player and he likes to hit fours, he hasn't missed many opportunities in taking the quick single. He's been very quick onto that on the offside and the onside. It really does keep this scoreboard ticking over.
So Warwickshire going well. I think it's fair to say this is certainly one of the easiest, best batting pitches we've seen at Headingley on television for some little time. Bairstow ringing the changes. Carrick comes off. We see Moxon for the first time. The sixth bowler used by Yorkshire this morning. Tall, medium pacer. For the first down this morning, Dyer being beaten outside off stump.
Yeah, this was a fairly good delivery, good length. It just held its line, didn't do too much, but that's enough if you can just keep it going on the same line.
It's a nice little gift. Making the most of it. clipping it away for 4. So 50 for Robin Dyer. His first 50 for Warwickshire in any sort of cricket. 100 balls he's had, hit 5 fours.